Okay, here we are at the Sydney International Business Class Qantas Lounge. You saw the coffee machine just there. Over here we've got some warm selection of food. It was mid-afternoon, so it wasn't really lunch and it wasn't really dinner. So there wasn't too much in there. There was a few salads and fruit and cheese and bits and pieces. Look, it was okay. I have had better. Here's the beer fridge. Again, not a very big selection of beer. And the spirits and wine. Again, not a bad selection, but not awesome. Only a handful of different spirits and a soda machine. Here we are getting on the plane now. You can see our breakfast menu, which was actually very good. We had to order this when we first got on the plane because obviously it was an overnight flight, which meant that we were going to be asleep for most of the evening. So we filled out our breakfast card before going to bed. I wasn't feeling very hungry at the time, so I didn't order much. But here's our drink menu as well, the different range of drinks. Again, it was a decent selection. There was a few spirits, a few wines, a few beers and soft drinks, etc. So that was all good, and the service was also good for the drinks, which is fantastic. Here is our dinner menu. So we did have dinner at the start of the flight. I didn't pick an entree because there was nothing really there that took my fancy. I already had a couple of drinks prior to getting on the plane, so I was a little bit full. I did order the steak, which I'll bring up very shortly. But I chose a steak, and then for the dessert I went with the basic cheese board. Again, I wasn't overly hungry, so I just thought a little snack will do the job. Here we are taking off from Sydney International Airport. I won't take you through the takeoff the whole way through, but I'll just explain. You can just see out leaving the Sydney airstrip. You can see out the window the size of the wingspan of the A380, which absolutely blew my mind how big it was. You sort of see it on TV, and I saw it from a distance, but until you're actually in that plane, the wingspan is enormous. We have a little bit of reflection here from the window, which is a little bit annoying, but you'll get the gist of the takeoff. In a moment, you'll see us taking off and seeing Sydney to the right of us, and also the Sydney Harbour Bridge. As I say, there's a bit of reflection, so it might not be too easy to see, but you'll get the general idea. So I'll just leave you to watch this for a minute or so. Just turned dark about 20 minutes ago, so the lights do look nice, but it would have been excellent to leave in the afternoon where I got a really good video of the Sydney Harbour, but it's still pretty good. As you can tell by the vision, the takeoff was absolutely perfect. the A380 with a beautiful smooth takeoff. Fantastic flight, and as you could imagine, the landing was excellent as well. I didn't film the landing. I packed everything away by that time and didn't really give it a thought. Anyway, now onto the seat area. As you can see, we have a large screen monitor, heaps of feet room. I'm sitting upright in my chair. I'm about 185 centimetres. As you can see, I had plenty of room to stretch out. There's a little storage compartment with the safety instructions, and you can store a magazine. The TV monitor could either tilt up or tilt down depending on what position you were currently sitting in. I was sitting next to the window and I had two large compartments to store my clothing in, and I had my pyjamas on by this time, and I also had my pillows and blankets etc. stored away neatly, so I still had heaps of room, which you'll see further on in this video. Heaps of room, you can see there. On the other side as well, this is where you sort of store your mobile phone, your GoPro and other bits and pieces. You can see the chair positioning. You can alter that anywhere you like. You have cables to plug your phones in to keep them charged, a night light, and as I say, a storage area there. You can see everything fitted in perfectly, absolutely no problem. Underneath here was a little mirror, and also a remote control to do the TV if you so wish, or you can just touch screen that TV. This tray table, it did open. I had a couple of problems. I wasn't sure whether it was me, the way I was doing it, but as you can see here in a second, I was just pushing the button and it wasn't popping out. But as soon as I put the camera down for a moment, pushed one finger and then pulled the tray table, it came out easy. So I'm not sure whether I was not doing that correctly or whether that was a real fault, but either way it was quite easy. The table also went forward and back, so depending on which position you had your chair in and the comfort levels you want to have your tray table at, that's where you had it, and it's stowed back away very simply, but heaps of room as you can see. There's an amenity kit. I won't open that now, but it has a toothpaste, toothbrush, some face creams and an eye patch. They gave us our pyjamas, which was super comfy, as you can see. They were fantastic actually, so, and a great TV. So here's our dinner menu. As I say, I didn't pick an entree, but I did get a slice of bread with a little bit of butter and a side salad, which did the job. This is my child's menu. When there was a kid's meal, she got given a couple of bits of chicken with some mashed potatoes and peas. She also got a little dessert and a just juice, which was actually very good, to be honest. There's a dessert over here. They gave a little chocolate mousse cake thing and some cheese and crackers as well. So that's a very, very good children's meal. More than enough, to be honest, but very well received. There's my main meal. I chose a steak, which doesn't look like a very big serving here, but this was definitely a moment of quality over quantity. Fantastic, melted in your mouth. There's my dessert, as I mentioned earlier. I didn't feel like anything heavy, so I just chose a few bickies and cheese, and again I did a trick and a little chocolate, which of course I didn't eat, but I'll pass it on over the row. I'm sure I loved it. Here I am laying down on a full bed. As I said, 185 centimetres, fitted in perfectly, with a good 6 hours sleep. In the middle of the night I woke up and decided to go down to the A380 lounge area. Those staircases actually takes you down to first class. This is the lounge area. There's a nice table and chairs there and on the other side as well. Everyone was sleeping, so I popped out. There was a few snacks in there which I didn't have at this stage. There was also a drink fridge, which I managed to grab a drink in a moment, a soft drink that is, in the middle of the night. There's a large TV. The TV didn't have anything running on it, it was just more showing the sights of Australia. And there's the night, just fantastic. As I say, I ordered a Coke Zero just to have a little bit of a drink, got a bit thirsty on the plane, but I don't feel thirsty. And also a little bit hungry, so I chose quite a small dinner, which I saw a moment ago. But again, just sitting there, it was peaceful. The family noticed I was awake, so they popped up as well. That's when I ordered a little midnight snack. We got a BLT burger, which was absolutely fantastic. They put it in the griller, made it nice and warm. It was a good sized portion. And again, breakfast time. Here we go. I just ordered the eggs with bacon and orange juice and a coffee. We had a little bit of tomato on the side as well. But all in all, it was a fantastic breakfast, very fresh, very tasty. So 100% pass mark.